That's the motion, Kim, that utilities vacation will revert to the handbook standard for all city full-time employees.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna take the roll.
Oh, you seconded.
we need a
We
second.
need a second.
Second.
Ken seconded.
Okay, and, yeah, I can definitely take the roll.
Okay.
Alderperson Olson,
Aye.
Alderperson Newman,
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel,
Aye.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson DeBaker.
Nay.
4-1, motion carries.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
At 7:09.
Aye. Yep.
Then 20 is up, public safety.
Call to order the City of Mayville Public Safety Committee meeting for March 23rd, 2026 at 7:10 PM. Please take the roll.
Alderperson DeBaker,
Here.
Alderperson Olson,
Here.
Alderperson Newman.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Item 2, approval of the minutes. Approval of the minutes of the February 23rd, 2026 Public Safety Committee meeting.
I will make the motion to approve the minutes of the February 23rd meeting.
Second.
Motion by Olson, second by Newman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Get the vote.
Item 3, citizen comments. Are there any citizen comments? Seeing none. Item 4A, is monthly police department report to the Public Safety Committee.
Good evening.
Oh,
We don't have a lot to report for this month, but since the last meeting, we've had 395 calls. So in the last 30 days or so-ish, we've had 1,134 complaints for the year. We're just about on track what we were last year. It's about the same. We have upcoming training for the officers for mandatory in-service. Each officer will do 24 hours of in-service to keep their certification. I'll be doing that in the next few months. We also have an Internet Crimes Against Children conference that our detective will be attending. It is a program through the state where we participate in actively, or will pursue any kind of internet crimes, child pornography, anything like that that comes in through tips through what we call ICAC, or Internet Crimes Against Children. Our Lieutenant Johnson is in his last week of leadership and police organization training he's doing, which is being hosted at the Sheriff's Department. It's 3 weeks total, 1 week a month for 3 months. He's in his last week this week. It's some good training. I went through it myself. Our new squad is update. That'll be late April arrival, upfitting. I expect to be in service in May. And we are hiring an officer with Officer Trunkel's retirement, and we'll be interviewing a total of 7 or 6. We're down to 6 people on the 24th. So that's about what I have. Do you have any questions?
Did you have a lot of good applicants?
That wasn't great. In fact, we extended the application process a few weeks even with the expectation maybe get some more. And it's a pretty tough job market out there. There's 50, 60 openings in the state right now, statewide, just for police officer entry-level positions. So it's a tough market. So,
You get that tomorrow?
yep, 24th.
Here?
No, this is a peer interview. This is what we do next door first before we send the kids.
Okay. Anyone can sit in?
What's that?
Can we sit in?
It's
I'm just asking.
yeah. So what it is, it's a selection process that
Right.
we do to narrow it down and find
I got you.
2 or 3 candidates or so. We'll send them to PFC if that's how it works out.
We can sit in there.
We'll see. The PFC one can sit in.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like interviews.
Any other questions?
We got nothing.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Thanks for your service.
All right, 4B, monthly EMS report to the Public Safety Committee.
Good evening.
Hi, Julie.
Quick also, on Sunday, I turned in the grant that I was applying for, the Tammy Baldwin congressional grant, so I'm not sure when that is gonna be determined, but it got put in and keep our fingers crossed. Since the beginning of the year, we're at 335 calls, we're 75 calls ahead of where we were last year, so very busy. We hired 2 new EMTs, so long they pass background. They will hopefully be starting here pretty soon. Both of them are out of our EMT class, so that makes it a little bit easier for training. We posted our fall EMT class, which is gonna be scheduled to start in September, and we're already getting people who wanna sign up for that, so hopefully that'll be good. We are the only place left in this area that is doing advanced EMT classes, so the tech schools are not doing it anymore, so that'll be good for us. Training this month on Wednesday is gonna be with the Dodge County Medical Examiner. We're just gonna be reviewing like his expectations and doing some call reviews. And then we also are in a license renewal. Ours are due June of this year. So we're just getting those wrapped up with whoever else has stuff left open, and we're getting pretty close to being done with those, so. Any other questions?
Anybody? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
All right, 4C, monthly fire department report for the Public Safety Committee.
Good evening. Our calls here today are at 28. Since our last meeting, we had 8, 4 smoke CO alarms, 2 hazardous situations where we had to investigate odors like gas leak. 1 was confirmed. The auto aid canceled en route, and the other incident was a 1050 assisting the PD and DPW where the bridge was hit in front of Saputo. A lot of work was spent on inspection cleanup, maintenance of the registry that we have in place for all the business properties and city properties in the city. Cleanup, I mean, by wrong business names, address corrections, contact information, properties that don't exist, businesses that were missed. Even constituted me walking streets, checking addresses. We found 33 corrections, 29 were updates and changes, 4 were net new properties. This is required to be accurate for 2% dues, and the overall registry looked like it hadn't been updated in quite a long time, considering, as I just asked Courtney, 228 Allen Street hasn't existed in 20 years. It's actually the police department's parking lot back here that was on that log, so.
Wow.
I have 18 referrals that are in progress from the last round. 14 of them received 28-day notice letters in the mail to get corrections done or face possible further action. We had a lot of phone calls on corrections. I'll be following up on those by the end of the week. For the next round of inspections, our vendor is happy with all the corrections made. We will be going to it twice a year for all properties in the city to meet the requirements of SPS 314 because our ordinances aren't fully aligned with those standards to allow some properties for once a year. Previously, we had 97 properties that were given a once a year designation, even though they didn't meet the requirements for it. So that's corrected. All of this again is so we keep our 2% due money that comes in every year. The other item the fire department's gonna do is we're gonna take over performing the inspections on all the internal city properties. We'll be able to do it for half the price on the city's properties versus having our contractor take care of them. Look ahead, we spent the rest of our grant money by the deadline that we received last fall. The lockers were delivered to the station to put our gear in. We'll be installing them. We have one capital improvement project that all the quotes were in. and we're gonna work to get the new water heater and softener taken care of down at the building. We'll start seeing more apparatus in town as it warms up, as we need to finish our annual driving program with every member. We'll be working on ordinance recommendations. I've been doing comparisons with neighboring municipalities so we can get that aligned with what everyone else is doing. That way, we can explore possibly down the line, reverting back to one time a year for some of the properties in the city to get inspected. I found some gaps between Lexipol and old policy and procedures that didn't get transitioned over. So we'll probably be at some point presenting some items that we need to get added that never made it into the new Lexipol system. And we'll be participating in the high school career fair in April, trying to drum up some interest to gain some 18-year-old students to join. Any questions?
I have a couple.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the gas leaks you found? What's the cause of them?
The one gas leak was just a new service line that was running to a building downtown, and it looked like the storm had some ice damage possibly on top of the roof that shifted things and forced the line to leak on the exterior of the building.
And my other question is, now that you'll be taking over the fire inspections, is there any kind of certification that needs to be done?
We'll be just again taking over the city properties that the city owns, but yes, and I had 3 members of the department get their state certification last fall at Marine Park, so we meet the requirements to execute them.
Good to know.
Any other questions?
How's your staffing level right now?
We're at 21 right now, hoping to, once we get in the school, graduation comes, hopefully we can get a couple 18-year-olds to join. We could definitely use them. Any other questions?
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, item 4D, discuss with possible recommendation, the application for a Class A fermented malt beverage and Class A cider license for Norma Rodriguez, DBA Tienda.
Mi Ranchito.
There you go.
So Ms. Rodriguez is changing locations on Main Street. Liquor licensing is specific to a premise. So because they are moving locations, she will need to get the liquor license at the new location. That's why that's here in
What
front
are
of
they calling it again?
you. The Old Handmade Wonders.
Is it wonderful as a bread?
No, not her address.
Correct.
No. They're, because I know there's a bar underneath. So because they're operating under separate businesses, there can be 2 bars in the same
Good.
building.
So we're not adding additional Class A or Class A? She already has them now,
She already has them. They're
and
just,
we're just moving the address.
yep, so once this is approved at council, she'd relinquish the one at the old location. So she won't hold them in tandem because she can't. legally.
Right, yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do have a motion to recommend move this to council.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Newman,
I'll second.
second by Olson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, 4E, update on the purchase of radon testing kits for citizen use.
All right, I brought this up last month in my mayor's report that I was going to have asked the safety committee to purchase 4 radon kits so residents could test for radon since it's a high level area. And I did talk to the librarian, who does have money left in their budget that they're going to purchase the kits which you already have. And so that if anybody wants a radon test kit to be tested in your house, you can check it out at the Mayville Library and take it home for a week and do your testing, so.
And I think they were able to get 4 total as well.
Is there a cost to get the results?
No, it's like a monitor, so I'm not sure which test kits they bought, but I do have one for my house that automatically monitors every day. And I just did it to my kid, just bought a house, so I, take the batteries out, reset it, and you leave it there for a week, and you look at the results. It should be under 4, so if it's under 4, you're supposedly good.
Right, so you don't have to send it in
No,
somewhere?
but it should, I don't believe so. I think the ones we purchased, it should automatically have it built on.
All right.
Is there any questions? Go ahead.
If it, I'm not on the committee, but if it fails, generally you can go to a website and they'll tell you what you're likely to do to change the results. You get a chance to change it with venting, your own personal venting. But if it's way out of whack, you gotta have a professional come in and vent the basement.
And they're available now?
Yes,
Okay,
as long as you have a library card.
I do.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Item 4F, discuss with possible recommendation, meeting streaming options.
Alderperson Smith asked me to put this back on the agenda. I know we talked about it a few months ago, but my apologies. My understanding is there was some public kerfuffle when the YouTube doesn't work.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, because it is a free streaming service, we get what we get sometimes.
Okay.
So depending if you guys would like to continue as is, change anything.
What are our other options? Record it and then post it on.
My requirement is this. I record it hold it for 90 days. So anything we do streaming wise is
Above
nothing
and
more than a
beyond.
courtesy to the residents.
We used to, can I talk?
Yep, go ahead.
I see, so I put it on there. We used to be, as you know, Charter Cable used to, they got a deal with the state that if they were,
Public access,
what's that?
public access channel.
Public access, yeah, if they would pay for the equipment and provide we used to have a guy sitting in here broadcasting, taping it and so forth. And we would broadcast it, that way, and the videos were available on request. That got a little crazy, and now there's so many other Spectrum and all these have come around. So what we did a couple of administrations ago is we came up with YouTube TV and so forth and so on. Problem is, everybody's using it now. If you might notice at night, if you have YouTube TV or some of the other stuff, that you get a lot of this circular buffering.
Mhm.
Because the more people that are trying to, and that's what people were complaining about. They were blaming us for broadcasting. And they really didn't like it because they'd try and, they'd try and tune in, and the transmission was poor. And one of our OWL things doesn't seem to work. And I just think we ought to do what's required. More and more communities are going back to what's required. The statute required that we have a record of the meeting and be available for 60 or 90 days, something like that.
90 days.
90 days. And that's, if you, otherwise, I always feel like telling everybody on social media, if you don't like it, come to the meeting. They don't want to come to the meeting, they want to sit home and watch the meeting.
Mhm.
And then they complain because the meeting won't broadcast. Well, we don't have to fix, there's no way we can fix it.
No, YouTube, it's a free service. We got what we got.
And then, even if it's jamming up, while it's live, you can watch it the next day. And
No,
not have the same problem.
some you can.
It just depends how much it's lagging.
Yeah.
Hearing Bob Smith explaining buffering is priceless.
Pardon me?
Thank you.
What did you say?
I said, hearing you explain buffering is priceless.
Well,
And talking about 25 years ago when my wife was the cable lady.
We just might not have a high enough speed, typically
Right, right.
25 meg at minimum typically to run decent streaming. I don't know what we're
Right.
having for.
so right now, we're being held responsible for the poor transmission of something
Not us.
that we have no control over. So I don't know if we can go further with this, but you're talking about a fix that's gonna cost a couple $100,000. I don't think we need to do that. I think we post the meetings when they are, post them at the library and in the tag center and in the lobby. If you want, and post the agendas on the newspaper and so forth. If something at the meeting interests you, come to the meeting. We have citizen comments, but citizens don't want to comment. They want to comment on social media when they don't like what we're doing.
All right,
That's my opinion. That's why I put it on there.
all right, thank you. All right, is there a motion to take action on 4F? Is there a motion to take action on 4F?
How about if we table it? Bring it up again until we get the message out that it's a free service and we can't help it. If you don't like it, come to the meetings in person.
All right, there's a motion to table it. Is there a second? Is there a second? All right, there's no second. So no action being
No
taken?
action.
All right.
All right, no action for 4F. Item 5, adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
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 We're adjourned.
Public Works.
Okay. Seven, I'd like to call the meeting, the Public Works Committee meeting to order. Please,
I'm sorry. Alderperson Smith,
here.
Alderperson Baker,
Here.
Alderperson Leitnow is not here, but we have a
I
quorum.
like it. Thanks. Approval of the minutes for the February 23rd, 2026 meeting.
I move to approve the minutes for the February 23rd meeting.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 3, citizen comments. Are there any citizens here who want to comment? Seeing none, we'll go with item number 4, monthly tag center report to the Public Works Committee.
Hello. So Jessica Lumens again. My first month being at the Take Center has been really nice. Just trying to focus on building relationships and gaining understanding. I've attended a lot of meetings the last month. Just meeting with all the staff, city staff, Rotary, Mabel Cares, Rocket Boom, Tag Inc. I met with Marcia Creaser and Mabel High School. So trying to see everyone, but it's been good. I'm excited to share we hired our new part-time rec director. He'll be working 10 to 20 hours a week. Parker Teskey, he started this week, so getting settled in there. We are going to formally introduce him in April to you. I'm sorry he couldn't make the meeting tonight, but onboarding is going well.
Parker?
Parker.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
You might have seen the newspaper. We had the Take Inc. meeting, and they have given us $40,000 this year for their contribution. We're working on that list of items. We had proposed, they would like to see some new exercise equipment. There are 4 new bikes that need replacing, so we're working on that. There's quite a lead time on a lot of these items, but 13 weeks is what we're looking at for the bikes. We're coordinating with the school district on the potential lifeguard certification program, summer school, swim lessons, ordering pool supplies, lifeguard equipment, testing kits, and still working on our chlorinator repairs. But all that will be funded with Take Inc. contributions. And then also we have the Bockuber Foundation contributions that we received for $162,000. That was all allocated out towards roof leak repairs and exterior stonework, and then flooring transition strips, Wi-Fi infrastructure, and an HVAC replacement. So we've scheduled all of those now, hopefully to be completed by the end of summer. We should have most of these items completed. So working with all those different companies, getting them in this week to finalize all that and get on the list for all those repairs. But be funded through Bockuber Foundation. We also got a new pest control company that's gonna be coming in monthly. A local NAVO person, Austin Mayer, and with Advanced Wildlife and Pest Control. So I'll let you know how that goes. That may be something we can use within the city. And then we're working on our summer guide now, so focusing on summer programming, and we are gonna be hosting a lifeguard certification class. I talked to Molly about this, but I made up some flyers. I'll give you guys the info in case you wanna be a lifeguard. You do have to attend all 4 of these days, but we sent them out to the high school with their YA program, so hopefully we'll get some of the youth apprenticeship kids involved in that class as well. Then also I attended the Rock and Boom planning meeting. We did pick a day for TAG. It'll be Thursday, June 25th. So I'll send out that information as it gets closer. Hopefully anyone who wants to volunteer, proceeds for that evening will go to the TAG Center. And I met with the ADRC today to discuss moving them to the TAG. Very positive meeting. They have a few things they want to touch base with the state on how to move a meal site, but we're hoping that's all gonna work out and we can have a grand opening for senior meals at the TAG when that is complete. So overall, I think it's been really good, moving in a positive direction. Anyone have any questions?
When was that date in the park?
June
25th.
25th. It's the last Thursday in June. We'll be at Foster Park.
You can put me down 4:30 to 6:30.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, number 4B, Public Works Report.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I was gonna start off with the snowfall we had. I thought we did fairly well for how fast it came. Between how it started with sleet for about 1.5 inches and then straight to snow. I thought the guys did pretty well and we handled what we needed to do in an orderly fashion. In the following few days, we hauled we hauled snow from the 2 big piles that we had and then the pile behind the city parking spots off of Orcon Street there. And then I did also order the remainder for our salt. I ordered 435 tons of salt and it got delivered last Friday. So both our sheds are completely full. And if we were to get another snowfall, I still do have 100 tons in reserve that I can take if need be. If we don't take it, we don't take a hit for it, it's on reserve. And then in the same breath, I did order our order contract out for next year. I did the exact same amount. I did 900 ton guaranteed with 180 reserve. And I do not know the price yet because the DOT is still working with the contractor for the designated price for the salt. So once they get that back to me, I will get back to you on what the price was. Last year was $90.45, so I can imagine it's gonna go up, but we'll see.
90 a ton.
$90 a ton, what it was last year.
A ton, right?
Yep. And then before the snowstorm, we had the wind and we had a few trees go down. So we took care of them as soon as we could. We also this winter, we got a DNR, checked over our lower dam. And so they gave us a to-do list on repairs that need to be done. And we are slowly starting to work on that. We're working on right now the fencing around the catwalk, which is due the 31st of March here. So the guys started working on that today, which we're just taking a fence puller and just pulling everything back to tight. And then next due date is July 31st. That'd be riprap that goes around the upper area, just so it's not just loose gravel and mud and stuff like that. So we're working with DNR on that. And then obviously the bridge got hit on North Main Street by a semi. I did call in DOT and they came and inspected it and they saw really no serious damage besides the rail that was hit and some chipped concrete. So he said we should be fine on that aspect. And with that, tomorrow, from 5:30 to 6:30, we have a public hearing about that same bridge that's going to be getting repaired the summer of 2027. So it's kind of ironic how it gets hit and then next year it's getting redone. So at least it wasn't the other way around. But there you go. Other than that, any questions?
Yeah. You mentioned you were You needed a part for your vacuum thing. Seems like the part must have come in right after.
That was up. Mitch mentioned that. That was actually, so the company in Surway, they are out on 175 and TW there.
Right.
They had a new guy that started and he needed to get trained on the equipment that they sell. So they came here to sweep up curves for a little bit for training for himself. That was not our sweeper, that was them coming down to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they did
I was
our,
wondering, it looked different.
yeah, but it was small. They did our Main Street, they did Horcon Street, Clark Street, and German, and I believe Mountain is what they did.
I was amazed that I
Yeah.
brought it up and then the next day,
Yeah.
the park came
It
in
was,
and
it was
they,
a lot smaller,
yeah,
a lot smaller, but it looked like it did a good job.
yeah, they got most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it could, yeah.
Good. Any other questions for Jake? No,
Thanks.
thanks.
Oh, yeah. I'll just stay.
Parks, yeah. Jake, welcome back.
4C, monthly Parks Department report to the Public Works Committee.
For the parks, now that the snow is gone, thankfully, we started working on the baseball fields again. Baseball and softball for high school both started. Pitchers and catchers for boys started, they reported last week, and women started 2 weeks ago, and varsity softball has their first game home this coming Thursday. So we're trying to prep the field and get the bathrooms ready and get all the water turned on so that game can happen, it can stay on schedule. With that being said, we are also getting all the other parks ready because as of April 1, all the parks do open, so we're slowly starting to get all the toilets and sinks hooked up. Not the water on quite yet, but we're slowly getting to that process. Our new mower that was approved last month did get delivered right away. Ironically, Knowles Produce had one in stock, so within that same week, we were able to pick up the new mower, so that worked out really well. And then John is still working on the in-house equipment on all the mowers, the trucks, and all the fun stuff that goes along with it. So with that, and then Fuzzy is, after the windstorm, he's been picking up brush feels like the past week in the parks, trying to get ahead. So when the parks do open, we're good to go. So other than that, I have nothing for parks unless you have some questions.
I'm on the Parks Committee. We talked about, I think we voted against changing for combining the softball and hardball.
The Audubon Days thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, did that get followed up on? I mean, we
I
have.
don't know if she was made aware of it. I do not know that. I did see her the following day, and all she told me was that she missed the meeting, and I don't know if she was made aware that you guys shut it down, or the committee shut it down.
I think, well, that we didn't shoot it down, it's impractical.
Yeah.
But I think we suggested that you, and she, find an alternative venue for softball during August.
Yeah. But we have, last year they did it at Ziegler and Malthouse, but she
Right.
thought that was too far away from the event itself. That's why she threw that idea out there, but
Okay, I would hope you'd follow up on it with her to make sure she's aware of it.
There you go, follow
What's that?
up. And we'll follow up.
Okay,
that'll work.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
any other questions for Jake? No. Okay. Seeing how I'm getting the bums rush here. Item number 5.
Move to adjourn.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Who's next? Finance, I think.
That would be good.
That's all right, I'll get it. I'd like to call the order of roll call City of Mayville Finance Committee on March 23rd, 2026. Can you take the roll?
Alderperson Newman,
Here.
Alderperson Smith,
Here.
Alderperson Henkel. Here, we have a quorum.
Perfect. Number 2, approval of minutes, February 23rd, 2026 Finance Committee meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Smith first, Hinkle second, all in favor? Aye. No, any opposed? Nay. Number 3, citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments? Seeing none, move on to 4, discuss with possible action and possible recommendations setting a reduced rate for tag center memberships for surrounding communities. That's 4A.
Yeah, I put this on here. probably like 3 months ago or so, I talked to John Wild about how to increase memberships at the Tag Center. And one of the things that we talked about is, right now, the citizens of Mayville get a 20% reduction every year if they join. We talked about maybe we should look outside of the city of Mayville and see if we can get any more participation from neighboring cities. And what would the percentage be? We would have to come to council for the percentage. I did talk to Horicon. Horicon has actually got a meeting tomorrow night to talk about this specific thing, about passing a resolution that would basically encourage people for fitness and awareness, and then we can, if the resolution passes, we can attach that to our letter to send out to neighboring residents in Horicon.
Just Horicon?
That's what we're starting with now.
Okay.
But eventually, I think we're gonna go to every community around us. Let's see how it starts in Horicon and see if we get extra membership out of it. But we need to come up with either you wanna, we don't have to do anything, right? But I think we need to give some kind of a discounted rate for them to come and take a look.
Or you could do like a 15, 20 mile radius.
Well, we could set the percentage and we can go to each neighboring community. Then we don't have to come back again. But like I said, Horicon, I talked to their Mayor Moss, and he thought it was a good idea, and this is up for discussion tomorrow night at their committee meetings. So.
Well, we discussed this once before. This was kind of forced on us because it was brought up about during the 9-year plan that seeing how the Tag Center is somewhat subsidized by Mayville residents, that they get a discounted rate and they get passes. And it was brought up that.
Well, the discounted rate is paid by the foundation, that's why.
Right.
But the city residents get the passes, right?
Yeah, but, so I don't know, we should probably check to see if there's some legal ramifications to offering the same discounts to non-residents.
What would be the legal ramifications?
Well, it's a the Tag Center is somewhat subsidized by the taxpayers.
Yeah, but the council is the one that sets the pricing.
Well, I'm just saying it should probably have some legal review. I always like to check the details. I don't like to jump or aim or shoot before we aim.
Well, this guy go back to council anyways, so we could talk to a lawyer if it
Yeah,
passes.
I would think so. Okay, I just wanted to bring that up.
This might be silly, but would Horicon outside pool reciprocate to Mayville then?
That's a good idea.
I did ask him about that, and right now he said that they don't have any rates, a discounted rate for Horicon. Everyone gets the same rate.
Oh, okay.
But I did ask about, I could see at some point maybe starting a busing service for young kids in Mayville wanting to go to use the pool, but they don't have an option to get there. We could maybe look at a shuttle service.
We used to do that for the kids that went roller skating, Beaver Dam, remember that?
Mhm.
That would have to go on the department's board.
So do we want to do anything or do we want to table this? Ken?
I just wanted to throw something out there, and I could say, I would take a 3-year from July 1st, 2026 to July 1st, 2029, and do a 3-year 20% discount to any Dodge County residents. That's what I'm throwing out. I mean, it is Mayville, and it's a subsidy by Mayville, and we get it. I mean, the 20% doesn't come out of the tax roll. So I don't know. You need to look at a long-term financing and how, you have to look at what the Tag Center costs. So there's a lot of YMCA's and Valley Fitness and a lot of people closing and it's a big expense and it's something to look at. It's the monster in the room that no one wants to talk about. And I think it'd be an amazing deal to all Dodge County residents. Probably a better deal than the YMCA in Beaver Dam with the Newman family name on it, that we go 3 years at 20% discount, whoever wants to join. There's nothing,
Including the Mayville people who already have a base.
they already have 20%, that's just like a Horicon pool, you know?
I know, but should it be the same for,
Exactly the same. Why does it matter if it's in Mayville? That's, you could look at, you could talk finance, and you could go across the board with EMS and look at that too. And
right, I
doesn't-
know,
it's not dollars for dollars.
I'm just saying, I mean, I feel like we would cater more to our own citizens than,
But it's failing right now, so that's
Oh,
the
right.
problem. That's what you
I
gotta
get
look
that.
at. I mean, Ted and Grace gave us an amazing asset to the community, but we have to financially look at it and make it right. And I'm just talking honestly.
But we do need to increase our membership.
Right, we need to. So why wouldn't we cut a deal at least for 3 years to see what happens? If there's any interest. You know, I work out for 3 months and I get tired and I don't show up for 6 months. I donate to the Tag Center every month, $45 a month. It's fantastic,
Well, that's another thing, maybe we should look at our cancellation policy,
right?
because some of them join and 2 months later, or whatever it is, they
Yep.
cancel.
So I'm just throwing it out there. It's for discussion. So you can agree or not agree, but we can't hide from it anymore. So that's where I'm at. So we could table it, talk more about it, whatever you like to do.
And if you set it forward to council, you don't have to decide on that rate tonight,
right,
just that you'd like to continue pursuing it.
I think it's worth pursuing. Anybody else?
I do see a problem with that. I mean, I like Ken's idea, but I do see a problem, is that right now we do get, Kikoski pays us 20% subsidy.
Mhm.
But under your rule, we would have to eat that $6,000 cost. Is that what it is? What do they pay us for subsidy?
4,000,
4,000?
that's what we got this last.
So we would have to eat that $4,000. At least, you know, each of the years.
Didn't we have at one time something related to the Mayville School District? We should,
Well, that's still part of it. If you're living in a Mayville School District, you get 20% off, but some people in Kikoski don't live in Mayville School District, and that's why they have their own township subsidized.
I think it's something we should think about and pursue,
You want to table it?
put our heads together. Yep.
Got table? Motion on the floor to table by Molly. I'll second the table it. All in favor? Any opposed? 4B, discuss with possible recommendation leasing of city-owned forestry property for bow hunting rights.
The proposed lease and what was the other portion? Individual hunter liability waiver, release and indemnity hold harmless agreement are in your packet. I did draft these up. The attorney Madden did look over it and added his, any adjustments he wanted. But that's in there for you to review to see if you agree to the terms. Or if you like the way the lease is set out. And I did print off the map in case you wanted to show what area
Sure.
we're discussing.
Chief, did you guys look at this?
Not seen anything, no.
What's that?
I've not seen anything with it, no.
No, we just got the lease back from legal
Oh,
pretty recently.
This is still the same idea, we're gonna put it up for bid to have some group have a, do the lease or something.
Somebody's gonna lease it, yeah.
Around the water utility?
No, the map, the
Yeah,
map
it's
isn't like one of the last,
Oh,
area.
I'm sorry.
so you'd have to redo it.
Okay.
Say that again?
Last month's map matched, not this one, which
Is it this area?
would go like from here up, and then there's part of the
It's more
map.
back in here. Okay.
It's, we go like this, and then up this way, up to wherever.
Okay.
And because it's city property, I think there's some rules, DNR rules or some, maybe the police chief would know something about this, where there are posting requirements for something like this.
No, there's not. The attorney already reviewed everything, he said.
You didn't find
everything-
any posting requirements?
It'd be up to the people that lease the property, so if they wanna post it, they can post it. It's no different than the farmland, we talked about that last month. So if you own farmland, does that mean you lease it to a farmer, then I can just start farming it? No. It's already been leased out.
No, I'm not talking about I have farmland, and I
Right.
do have hunters.
Okay,
And the farmers, we police the farmers by kicking them off when the hunters, when
now do you kick them off?
we drive over there and say, somebody's already got this.
There you go.
And part of the terms of the lease, point 8, is posting and signage, and it does indicate the lessee shall be responsible for properly posting the premise in accordance with Wisconsin law to deter unauthorized hunting and trespassing.
There you go.
All
That's what I was
signage
asking.
must comply with statutory requirements.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. 'Cause
It is in there.
Okay, good. Show that to the mayor.
I said it was in there, attorney.
Anyway,
Bob, I wanna hear what you think
what?
about this. What are your thoughts?
I just want to make sure that some kid doesn't use a high-powered crossbow and accidentally shoot some other kid. That's my concern. It's always been with bow hunting. Used to be bow hunting was, long bows and this and that. Now these new crossbows, they are dangerous.
How far do you think a crossbow goes?
I don't know. I don't want to find out, like getting in the way of one. But this is your brainchild, so if it meets with your approval, I guess, and the attorneys and the police chiefs, I guess
Well,
we're
maybe
okay.
we will take RFPs and maybe we won't even get much interest, so that would be a new point, but maybe we get enough revenue to justify it.
That's what my biggest question is how much money are you gonna make and then how much of a headache is it gonna be? Because hunters, we heard Brian talk about it last month, I think it was, right? I'm buddies with so-and-so, and once that gets out, everyone's over their bow hunting, and you got, it's really hard to control.
I do, when the last meeting we had, it was brand new the minute we brought it up. I hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
I've thought about it since. And I think it'd be a circumstance where, like, I can meet with the leasees and we can, we can all be on the same page. But I think if that's the case, then I think it would be fine.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about it being public property and, people walking on it and having an expectation that can be on it, without, but that'll all be covered in the formal agreement and that. And maybe there'll be a learning curve for that, maybe there won't, I don't know. But I don't think it's something that we shouldn't try, and we can try it and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but.
It's always gonna be a learning curve.
Yeah.
Everything we do, everything
Oh,
we've
I got
done
it. I
has been
just-
a learning
I
curve.
want, is it worth it? And learning curve, yes. Well, obviously you want to create revenue, keep taxes down. I got it.
Right,
I got it.
well, the property just sitting here,
Right.
How many people are allowed?
well, we said 8 or 10.
Yeah, it's like 8 or 10. And it's a lease for what?
3 years.
3?
3 years.
Okay.
I say we try it.
Is that a motion?
Sure.
All right, I'll second that.
Okay, so we'll recommend it to council.
Yeah.
To approve.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. On to council. 4C, discuss with possible recommendation, 2025 fund balance rollover to the 2026 budget.
Yeah, so you'll see I handed out, a little memo. These are proposed budget amendments that relate to the capital projects that were originally budgeted in 2025, but were not completed or started till 2026. So as a result, the associated expenditures and remaining budget would need to be carried forward to the 2026 budget. Additionally, the amendment includes the fire department ladder truck that was involved in an incident in 2025. We received the insurance proceeds in 2025, but the repair work and invoices were not completed until 2026. So to properly offset that expense, I recommend increasing the fire department maintenance vehicle budget in 2026 by the amount of the insurance reimbursement.
I'll make a motion to recommend exactly what you said.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed. Carried. Thank you, Bob. Number 5. Adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Smith, Engel, second. We are adjourned. 8 o'clock.
We're not done yet.
Common council, this one.
Thank you.
Pretty quick.
Just getting fired up.
You don't have that much. All right. All right, call the Mayville Special Common Council meeting to order at 6 o'clock. We'll take the roll.
Hey,
Alderperson Baker.
here.
Alderperson Smith.
Here.
Alderperson Henkel. Here. Alderperson Newman.
Here.
Alderperson Olson.
Here.
Alderperson Lee now is not here, but we do have a quorum.
Any citizen comments tonight? All right, discuss with possible action, approve the minutes of March 9th, 2026 Common Council meeting.
Make that motion.
For second,
I'll second.
motion by Newman, second by Hinkle. Any discussion? Additions or corrections? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss the possible action, resolution 6044-2026, resolution approve a memorandum of understanding between the City of Mayville Fire Department and the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources for mutual aid and fire suppression services. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion is made by Smith, second by DeBaker. Any discussion? This is just something that we do typically every year.
No, once it's in place, it's locked in until we're notified otherwise. I didn't know if this was in your packets, but I typed up what the advantages of this agreement being in place are for us. Also consulted all the neighboring apartments that are in it. Basically, we're the only ones that are not in a memorandum of understanding with the DNR. And if there were to be something bad, the authority having jurisdiction around us, like Kikoski or anyone bordering the marsh, would be paging us anyway for help. So we're not reaping any of the benefits of not being in the agreement, like half off foam, many other supplies, the DNR. We also can't apply for grants with them to help cover anything. So we send people to training every year to stay up on it. But we don't have this memorandum in place, so we can't reap the benefits of it.
What's the negative or drawback?
I've never ever had a bad experience, and the previous department I was on was in the same environment we are, and it was a nice cost savings. That was the big thing for foam. We're due to buy 10 pails of it as well, and I've been holding off because we could get up to 50% off on it.
Good.
So win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win, because we're gonna get called or paged to help
Anyway.
And
And without
we
you.
are in a little lower risk area here too, because we're not in a forest or anything around us, so, every other department has one of these in place.
This is like if there was a spill some kind of a hazardous material, hazardous spill that needed foam to,
Well, they would call the hazmat in the county for that, but this would be for fire protection. Let's say there was a fire that started out on the marsh in Kikoski and it jumped and it started making its way this way.
okay.
We would be there to assist, like a mutual aid, and we would not receive payment for it from the DNR. All the other departments did not take payment for the services either because you're in higher favor when it comes to the grants and other things, which you're gonna likely make more in the long run, getting breaks on the price discounts than you would ever having a call and getting reimbursed.
Okay,
So we would have a financial benefit if we,
Yeah, we would already have one the minute this thing gets submitted, because the department would have the ability to order materials, supplies from the DNR.
all right, anybody else? Take roll.
Alderperson Smith.
aye.
Alderperson Baker.
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel.
Aye.
Alderperson Newman.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, discuss with possible action resolution 6045, 2026, resolution approving the Kikoski Fire Department intent to withdraw from automatic mutual aid for certain call types. Your motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Hinkle, second by DeBaker. All right, you want to give us the lowdown?
Yeah, so the Kikoski Fire Department approached us, and I'm not sure if it's in the packet, with adjusting to withdraw in automatic aid for what we refer to as smells and bells. That would be smoke alarms, gas alarms, CO. Basically, we would have them still available as a backup on our mutual aid cards. But right now, a lot of times we've been, since the start of the new year and they came to me with this, we've been putting them on standby when we're paged. Normally they'd be auto en route. To test it out, put them on standby. They're still waiting, and we haven't had one issue where our response in town has been able to address it. And again, if we arrive on scene or if the PD's there first and actually find something wrong, we're just calling them anyway with our regular mutual aid card. So being removed for alarms of the sort, I didn't, myself and others did not see an issue with it. The other problem they have is they're not a lot of times able to staff it. So they're withdrawing from those type of calls with availability during the day isn't because they don't want to help, it's just they don't have the roster size available. And this is more of a, they just want to flat out withdraw from those options. They would still respond to the city if we had 1050 auto accidents or active fire, they're going to be dispatched right away. It's merely just to remove from alarm calls. People are leaving and I can understand it. We have people that are on the Kikoski Fire Department, they're at work. We have an alarm go off where we might only send one engine to investigate and it's nothing. They're all checking out of work to drive to Kikoski to get an engine just to come back into town if they're in the area. The next steps on this would be we would consult with dispatch, find out if they can code them differently. Years ago, they couldn't. Now we were informed they can. So they still will be, again, responding to where we really need them, and that's if we have an active fire, auto accident, incident like by the bridge last week. They came and supplied resources out of the county trailer to help with the oil cleanup in the river. So they're not, it's only for the alarms.
All right, any other questions?
And what was passed around is the original document that was approved a while ago.
2017.
That we had a hard time finding a copy on file, so that's for yours to keep. So the amendment is to just remove the alarm calls and all the other items on there would remain in place.
All right. Anybody else? Take the roll.
Alderperson Henkel. Aye. Alderperson Baker.
Aye.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Alderperson Newman.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson. Aye. Motion carries.
All right. By order of the chair, we're adjourned to 8:08. Thank you.